let's start on our backs. Any shape you want. You can have legs up the wall. You can have Shavasana if that calls you. Maybe you bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide, and bound ankle pose if that's where it's at. Just resting the back of your head on the ground. Taking a few open mouth exhale breaths to sigh out just the day so far. Let yourself have the space to settle in to what's going on now. Maybe you let gravity just feel the sense of it weighting down on top of you, like a gentle hug. And then just the weight of your body supported from the earth right underneath you. Just breathe deeply in and out of your nose. Do a little body scan before we start to move on, and just check in if there's any spots that need a little extra loving, or just acknowledging areas of the body that might be carrying tension, feeling any of the feels that come with our human existence. And notice if you're clenching your jaw at all, soften there, soften your brow. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. And just let your belly feel free to rise and fall. Another round of breath. And getting ready to move on to our first shape today. Plant your right foot in the ground and draw your left knee up towards the sky. So leg up the wall. And you can flex and roll your ankle a couple of times, and maybe your hands are still flipping up to the sky, or you can put them in the ground to brace you, whatever you need to do. And your right foot can stay grounded, or if you're comfortable, lengthen your leg all the way long on the ground. I'm just going to work on some external and internal rotation of your hip crease. So flex your left toes towards your hip crease and slowly start to roll your leg open to the left, getting this rotation going. So the left thigh, the knee, and the toes all start to face to the left. And take it back towards center, towards the top of your mat, and gently internally rotate from the thigh, from the hip crease over to the right side. Just go back and forth a few times. You can take your time. You can match your breathing movement if you want. Just slowly working into the hip crease. Just about 2 more times, side to side. Keeping your foot above your hip here. And coming back through center, plant the right foot if it's not already planted. Figure 4, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Now front your toes, so flex point through the ball of your foot. Flex your toes back like a high heel is being worn. I don't like using that example, but it is what it is. And go ahead and lift up, hover your right foot, draw your right knee in towards your chest, going deeper into the left hip. Keep flexing both toes. Option to lift your right foot all the way up towards the sky if you want, or keep drawing it in. But we want the left knee and ankle foot in the same direction. And then actively drawing your left knee forward just to go a little bit more deeper into that left outer hip. And shoulders should be soft. Soften your face muscles. Take another couple of breaths. Then getting ready to move on, plant your left foot on the ground, extend your right leg up towards the sky, stacking over your hip. And you can always choose to lengthen your left leg down. I just like this plant a foot option at first to level off both hips, the pelvis on the ground. Flex your right toes towards your hip crease and start to externally and internally rotate the whole leg. So the thigh goes in the same direction at the same time as your knee and at the same time and direction as the toes. Pointing out to the side, through center and back into the side. And keeping your leg up above your hip in space. Let's go about 2 more times, full range. And then bringing your left foot into the ground, cross your right ankle over your left thigh for supine figure 4. Front that foot, draw the left knee up towards your chest as deep as you want to go, as deep as is comfortable, easing into the right hip. Option to extend your left leg towards the sky. Lengthen your right knee forward towards the top of your mat, towards the wall in front of you. Make sure to remember to keep breathing deeply in and out of the nose. Maybe your eyes are closed or heavy the lids. And it's about 1 more cycle of breath. Warming up our hips, we'll plant our feet. Both feet, hips width distance apart. Draw the heels in towards the glutes, palms by your side into the ground. Now we're going to engage our glutes and prep our glutes for our peak posture today. When you're ready, press into your feet, bridge pose, lift your hips up towards the sky. Walk your shoulders down your back. And now we want to keep the gaze of the sky. And if you're anything like me, my eyes keep drawing towards the front edge of the mat, the 45-degree marker there. We want to rather keep it straight up or towards the top edge of the mat, so our chin draws towards our chest and the natural curvature of our neck is staying lifted and comfortable. And from here, we're going to do something I don't commonly cue, so it can be awkward when we're not doing it safely. But we're going to flutter our legs open wide. You can lift the right toes a little bit so the knees and hips are opening wide in the same direction, and then squeeze them back in. So you're coming out nice and wide. The hips are staying lifted the whole time. It's getting some mobility here and actually really firing up the glutes because you have to squeeze to lift. If it's helpful for you, you can bend your robot hands up so that your elbows, the upper arms rather, from the elbows to the shoulders are pressing into the ground. If that helps you feel stable in the lift. Otherwise, you can just keep pressing your hands into the ground or whatever serves you best. Keep the hips up high, squeezing into the glutes. Just another couple rounds of breath, a couple cycles of fluttering the legs in and out. Real subtle and slow and calm and mellow, yet quite effective. Let's go for 3, 2, going all the way in and out. And do 1 more. Find bridge pose with the knee and hip in one line, the toes in that same line. Take a breath in as you lift your heart up, draw your chin towards the crown of your head. And then exhale, slowly round your upper back, mid back, low back to the ground. And draw the soles of your feet together, knees wide, bound angle pose. Maybe the second time here, maybe the first time of class. We just want to rest with a neutral spine before we move on. And take a big breath in through your nose. And an option to open mouth, sigh that breath out. Nice job, everybody. Draw the knees together and up into your chest, Apanasana. Give yourself a little squeeze, maybe rock side to side. Very gently, taking it calm and casual. And then preparing to rise up to tabletop, grab behind your thighs, rock and roll 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Get some momentum, cross your ankles, and all fours is where we meet. You can always let your knees fall off to the side of your yoga mat and support yourself up to all fours as well. All right, palms are spread wide under the shoulders, knees are under those sweet hips. Cats, cows, as you inhale, soften your belly. Gently draw your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Press into the shins right here. You can always move your feet, flexing and unflexing your toes as you go through. Match your breath to your movement. Maybe when you exhale, you send the hips out side to side, start adding some round movement onto the side body. It's up to you. It's quite organic. Just about 1 more cycle of breath, friends. Get what you need from it. Tabletop pose is there for you as a landing space. Tuck your toes and down dog when you're ready. Send the hips up and back. Pedal it out. Make sure your feet are about hips width. Your knees are in line with your thighs and your ankles, of course. The shoulders and the palms are in a nice long line. Nod your head knowing yes, just pedal it out. Nice, then find some stillness, soften, bend your knees, look at the top of your mat, take a breath in. Now on your exhale, walk to the top of your mat, forward fold right there. On your inhale, sweeping and rounding all the way up to standing mountain. You can stack the vertebrae, come all the way up and sweep the arms up to the top. When you exhale, interlace your fingers, bend your elbows wide. So we want to let the head press gently into the hands and root down into your feet. Engage the thighs, so lifting your kneecaps, engage your core. We're going to find a gentle back bend here. So you inhale, lift your heart up, lift your chin up. Your hands are like a hammock to support your head. And on the exhale, draw your biceps by your ears, round your spine, forward fold, getting a nice heavy hang on the head. And it's ragdoll at the bottom, so you can keep the hand placement right here, a little extra cervical spine release, or you can release your hands and capture your elbow creases, whatever works. Just distribute the weight from side to side, really elongating the back line of your body. Another cycle of breath to explore, see how it feels in the low back, the shoulders. Take a breath in. On your exhale, release your hands to the mat. And on your inhale, it's a halfway lift. So pull the shoulders down your back. Reach long through the crown of your head and soften your knees. Take one more breath in. Feel your core and glutes engaged. Exhale, high plank, walk or step, hop, whatever you need to do, your feet back behind you. And then actively lift your heels high on the toes. Actively draw your navel in and actively press the earth away. Anytime we're in high plank, knees can come down, of course. And also anytime you move from high plank into chaturanga, you're shifting forward on the toes. So your shoulders come ahead of your elbows or your wrists. And whenever we lower, the elbows hug straight back by our sides. So take a breath in, shift forward. Exhale, you can bring your knees down, hug your elbows back, lower all the way to the earth, chin and chest. And then untuck your toes, cobra pose. Inhale to lift your heart. Make sure you're not looking and cramming up through the neck. Just gaze softly past your nose. Press the tops of your feet down, lift those kneecaps, fill the glutes, slide up. Take a breath in. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes, high plank, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Nice. Inhale, soften your knees, look forward. Exhale, move to the top of your mat. Walk, hop, or float. Halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, let it go. Inhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, pull those elbows wide, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift your heart and your chin, a little gentle back bend. And exhale, round and fold to the bottom. Halfway lift, inhale, releasing the arms, tuck your shoulders down your back. And exhale, walk, hop, or float back, high to low plank, chaturanga. Take any variation, keeping the elbows hugged in. Inhale your cobra, your up dog, elevating the legs off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, soft knees, look forward. Exhale, move to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, release it. Inhale, Tadasana, sweep and reach for the sky. Exhale, pull the elbows wide, engage your glutes. Inhale, a little back bend right here. And exhale, round and fold all the way to the mat. Little change here, friends. It's our third time. Release your hands to the earth. Straighten up your legs a little bit. Press your left palm under your nose. Bend your left knee. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. Or your right arm, I'm sorry. Keep your right leg grounded, but straighten through the right leg with a soft micro bend. We're stretching the hamstrings, the inner thighs. Last inhale. Exhale, release. Right palm under the nose. Bend your right knee. Inhale your left arm to the sky. Straighten through your left leg. Make sure the weight's distributed equally between both feet. Another breath in. Exhale, forward fold, release. Halfway lift, inhale. Crow pose, exhale. Bend the knees, plant your palms, shoulders width apart. Hug the knees on top of the upper arms and shift your weight forward. Now you can stay here. This is crow. This is beautiful. Or option to lift one of your feet up, maybe switch for the other one, or fly the legs up, draw the toes together, hug the heels high, stay for 2 rounds of breath. And then when you're ready, you can walk, hop, or float your feet back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take a round of breath here. Filling up and letting something go. Nice. Inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky. On your exhale, round your knee to your nose. So you want to squeeze your knee forward, shoulders over wrists like you would for a high plank. High on the back toes, hug your navel in. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. And exhale, low lunge. Plant your foot next to your right thumb, toes in line with the fingertips. That sets you up hips width apart. And then slowly inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, come to standing. Reach for the sky or hands to heart or hips. And pull your left hip forward in line with your right and really root into that right foot. Shoulders over hips, draw your navel in to light up your low abdomen. Take a breath in. And exhale, lean and fly. So from those hip creases, you fold, keep them both pulling forward, sweep the arms back. You want to hug the triceps together, hug the pinky fingers together. Really stay rooted in your right foot. That is your base. So reach through the crown of your head, take an inhale. Stay here, press in your feet, hug your thighs, exhale. Inhale, reach back up for crescent lunge, shoulders over hips. And then exhale, chair plane, draw your left foot forward, land in the heels, sweep the arms back. So make sure you take a moment to distribute the weight between both heels. Breathe here as you hug your shoulders down your back. Keep your spine long. Nice. Now right foot is your base. Inhale, one leg mountain. Draw your left knee up in line with your hip. You can flex or point the toes, whatever works, but try to level the hips off. Nicely done. Take a big breath in. And exhale, it's crescent plane. So again, step it all the way back, land the toe, and really reach. Find your ultimate length. Right foot is your base. Inhale, warrior two. Pivot your left heel down. Sweep up and open. So right now we're just setting up our shapes. Got the right knee, hip crease, ankle, toes in the same direction in the front, and the back left leg, knee, and thigh, hip is open to the left. Look past your front fingers, soften your gaze, press down through your feet, take a breath in. Extended side angle as you exhale, keeping those same legs for our standing warriors. Just open up the heart now, spin the ribs so they stack. Take a moment to breathe. You can always use a block under your hand or rest your forearm on your thigh. Make sure you check in with your knee that it's still tracking forward, not squeezing inward. We don't want any torque on the knee when we're standing right now. Take a breath in, stay exhale, and inhale, reverse your triangle, straighten that front leg, sweep the arms in opposite directions. Right arm reaches up and over, left palm down by your thigh, or maybe reaching behind your back towards your right hip crease. Micro bend your right knee so you don't apply all the weight and pressure on your joint, and really press through that front foot like you're pressing on an accelerator. Nice. Hug the inner thighs, reach up and back. Last inhale. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga. Bend your knee, plant your palms, step it back, and flow if you want to flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. We'll do the left side, friends. Sweep your left leg up and back. Big breath in. Use the force of your exhale. Draw your knee to your nose. Maybe you tap your nose or kiss your knee. Mwah. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, low lunge. Step next to your left thumb, toes and fingertips in one line. Rise up with your breath in, crescent lunge. Pull your right hip forward. Are your shoulders over your hips? Is your core lit up? Soften your back knee just a little. Press through your left foot. Let that glute do some work. Big inhale. Exhale, lean and fly. Sweep forward, hug the shoulders back, get long. Next breath in, reach for the sky, crescent lunge, shoulders return over hips. Left foot is your base, chair plane as you exhale, sweep your right foot forward, land the heel, distribute the weight equally amongst both of your legs, squeeze the triceps back, the pinkies back, hover the hands a little bit higher behind you, and reach to the crown of your head. Pull your navel in and up. Left foot is your base as we move on. Inhale, one leg mountain, bring the right knee up in line with your hip, level your hips, soften your shoulders, soften your left knee joint, though you're rooted strongly in it. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, fly it back to your crescent lunge. Find your sweet length. And inhale, warrior two, circle, sweep it up and open. Back heel to arch alignment. Imagine ripping your mat in half for that energy. Take a big breath in. And exhale, shift forward, extended side angle. Set it up so you can open the chest to the side wall. And I want you to actively feel the right glute lighting up. What does that mean? Does that mean you root your foot down to the little toe? Does it mean you light up the knee to lift the thigh, the quad muscles? Take a breath in. Stay breath out. Inhale, reverse your triangle, straighten front leg, hips reach forward here. Soften your left knee, press the accelerator down in that left foot. Allow that to give you some space to reach up and back. You don't want any twisting happening in the right knee, so that inner thigh, middle hip crease, knee and toes should still all be facing in that same direction. For the safety, take a breath in as you reach up and back. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale your up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's exactly where we're at, friends. We flow that same thing, one breath to one movement. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, lean and fly, get long. Inhale, shoulders over hips, reach for the sky. Exhale, chair plane, step forward, land. Right foot is your base. Inhale, left knee lifts, one leg mountain. Exhale, lean and fly it back. Land your toes into that reaching crescent lunge. Inhale, warrior two, sweep it open. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your triangle, soften your knee. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga. Maybe you float your right leg, maybe not. Inhale, breath up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, take your left leg back. Exhale, plant it through low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise. Exhale, get long, lean and fly. Inhale, reach for the sky, hugging the inner thighs. Exhale, step forward, chair plane, flying it back as you draw the knee. Right knee lifts, inhale, one leg mountain. And exhale, take it back, crescent lunge, lean and fly it. Warrior two, open. Extended side angle, exhale. Get long, reverse your triangle when you breathe in, soft front knee, press the accelerator down, and exhale, high to low plank. Maybe that left leg floats, maybe not. Inhale, breathe into your up dog, open hearts. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, let an exhale go. Third time's the charm. We've got a couple little add-ons. It's all good. Inhale, breath, sweep your right leg up. Exhale, breath, knee to nose. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, plant it, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, come to standing. Exhale, lean and fly. Inhale, reach for the sky, crescent lunge. Right foot is face. Exhale, chair plane, step forward. Now here's a change. We float forward and back, those two shapes. So inhale, crescent lunge, reach and step back. You can tap toes or hover. Exhale, chair plane, come forward. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, tap or float back. Exhale, land that chair. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one, crescent lunge. And exhale, chair plane land. Right foot is still your base. One leg mountain on the inhale. This time, exhale, figure 4, standing, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Now you can bring your hands to your heart, thumbs to sternum. Just try to sit down and back. Keep flexing the left toe. So the toes, all the 5 of them, are back towards the knee. Just try to send the booty back, keep the heart forward, spine long. And actively press your palms together so you get some work and balance distributed with the upper body. And perhaps you lean forward, you can rest the arms on the shin, or you can take your hands to blocks or the ground, which is a great place to go to work your toe wrap with the left toes wrapped around the right tricep. And you can have hands on blocks here if you've got those available to you. We want to really actively flex the toes into that tricep if that's accessible for you at the moment. Couple rounds of breath. Nice. One more cycle of breathing here. Right foot still is your solid base. Yeah, inhale, one leg mountain. Exhale, airplane pose. Extend your left leg back. Come to a flying hover. Still have those airplane arms hugging the shoulders down your back. Soften your right knee, though you're rooted strongly in that foot. Wrap your left toe and thigh to face the earth. Hold for 4, 3, toes land softly in 2, and 1. Tap the toes down. Inhale, warrior 2, open up. And exhale, extended side angle, back to our flow for a moment. Inhale, reverse triangle, soften the knee. And here's our last change, half moon. As you exhale, just cartwheel the hands forward, bend the knee, and then start to float the left leg. The right toes stay grounded. You can use a block under your right shoulder. Find a focal point to guide you. Hug your shoulders in your back. Activate your left leg, lift the foot a little higher in line with your hip. Hold for 4, 3, 2, softly land on 1. A little change, reverse your warrior. This time, keep the right knee bent, sweep up and open. Breath in. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga. Taking it or leaving it. Inhaling through your up dogs. And exhaling, downward facing dog. One more time, friends. Left leg to the sky, big breath in. Knee to nose, hug and squeeze it forward. Left leg up and back, inhale. Crescent lunge, step forward. Rise on up, crescent lunge to the top. And exhale, lean and fly. Inhale, bring the shoulders above the arms. And exhale, your chair plane is waiting for you. Tap your toes or your heel forward and we flow it back. Inhale, step or hover back. Exhale, chair plane. 3 more times. Inhale, get long. Exhale, come forward. Twice more, breathe. Exhale, squeeze it through center. Last one, get long. Exhale, land your chair plane. Squeeze it back. Left foot is base. Rise up, one leg mountain. Figure 4, as you exhale, right ankle crosses over left thigh. So a nice standing shape, hands to heart. And of course, stay, or we want that toe wrap real bad because that's key for our peak pose today. Ika, Pada, Glavasana, flying pigeon. So starting to lower the hands on top of the shins, the forearms parallel on the shin. Maybe taking that so the toes wrap your tricep, or even reaching the arms to the ground, that's great too. Just get that toe wrap flexed around that left tricep. Send your hips down and back. Keep reaching forward through your heart. Couple more cycles of breath. Left foot remains your base. Inhale, slowly rising up to standing, one leg mounted. Exhale, airplane pose, extend your right leg back, hug the arms back, high five the earth, lift the pinky fingers up and together. Wrap your right toe to the earth. Breathe long through the crown, soften your left knee. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and softly land your toes, 1. Inhale, warrior 2, pivot open. Exhale, extended side angle. Reverse your triangle. Inhale, press the gas pedal on that left foot. And exhale, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Root the left big toe, cartwheel the hands, hover the right leg. Flexing the right toes so your inner thigh is parallel to the ground, the toes face the right side of the room now. Shoulders in the back, stacking the hips. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, softly land on 1. Nice, bent left knee over the ankle, reverse your warrior, deepen that breath, take it in through each rib like magic thread, and high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal it out, free up space in your low back, along your spine, along the backs of the hamstrings. Take an inhale. On your exhale, gently float your knees to the mat. Woo! Nice job, everybody. Everybody has their cameras off today, but I'm hoping everyone's good in there. Bring your blocks to the mat if you have them, and plant them from tabletop pose right in front of your palms, so they're shoulder width apart. We're moving on to a little bit of core. We're also going to warm up our shoulders in some chaturanga push-ups. So when you're done with that, come into high plank. If you don't have blocks, it's okay, don't worry, you can omit the blocks. Heels high on the toes. For our chaturanga push-ups, we're going to bend our knees to the mat, and every time we lower in chaturanga, remember, we shift slightly forward. So shift slightly forward, hug the elbows back, and lower your knees down. Now, if you're using the blocks, you can come to rest on them or to hover, and then exhale back to high plank. Now, we're not here for long, so make it count. Inhale, lower partway down, 90-degree elbows, knees down. Exhale, high plank. Just 2 more, friends. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lifting it up to high plank. Woo! Hold your high plank for 4, 3, knees down, and 2, and 1, knees down. Yowza, amazing. Now we just need 1 block, if you have it. And if not, for this on our back core, you could always choose to squeeze, I don't know, a pillow or a water bottle, something that's not going to hurt you if it falls on you. But if you don't have anything, don't worry about it. So lower to your back, take 1 yoga block in between your thighs, just above the knees, and bend your knees above your hips and point your toes this time. And you want to really drive your belly button into the ground. Interlace your fingers, elbows wide. So again, our hand is going to be a hammock to support our head. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, gently lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Stay at a hover, elbows wide, or you can draw the elbows forward. We're going to point those toes. Tap the toes forward, either hover the ground or touch. And then exhale, squeeze the knees back above the hips. So keeping your shoulders elevated the whole time, tap towards the ground or on the ground. Exhale, draw it up. Important that you draw your navel down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, squeezing that block. Exhale. The inner thighs are working and they are attached to the pelvic floor. And that is attached to all the muscles and ligaments that go into the lower core, the lower abdomen. Little scoops here. We've got 4 more. Tap, squeeze. Keep those shoulders off the mats, friends. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, lift your shoulders, tap it down, squeeze it up, and release. Whew, take that block out wide. Lengthen your legs in front of you. Maybe take your arms wide overhead. Couple big breaths in and out. Releasing some tension, extra heat from the body. Soothing, nutritious, deep breaths. Maybe take 1 more. And then draw your knees to your chest, Apanasana. Maybe you take the knees wide, rock side to side if that feels juicy for you. And then we want to rock and roll again to a high to low plank and linger in our up dog. So rock and roll a few times, cross your ankles, hop back from there, or let your knees come off to one side, support yourself up, and we'll make our way through. And when you're in up dog or in your cobra, I want you to linger. Palms are under your shoulders, whatever variation you are at, stretching the core, so activate the legs. Maybe you look over your shoulders. Your legs can be down, they can be hovered. We're all at different spaces and phases today and every day. 1 more big breath in. And downward facing dog. When you're ready, take it all the way up and back. Just take a few rounds of breath here, pedal the legs. Amazing work today. Lots of strength building. And really lots of facing our fears and growing from these challenges, because we have to face our fears as we come down with our head, the fear of toppling over. We face fears every day on and off our mat. So let's build the strength and start to get comfortable growing and learning from these challenges. And when you're ready, take your right leg to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Pause here. Figure 4 down dog. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, bend your left knee and send your hips up and back. Flex your right toes. Nice. So we're just going to hang out here for about 5 breaths. I want you to keep sending the hips up and back. Actively draw your right knee towards the wall behind you, keeping the toes flexed, getting more into that right hip. Neck is nice and neutral. Nice, take a big breath in. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot down. Whoo, so you're in this like high plank. Palms are planted under your shoulders. We've got a heel to navel tap. So the back heel stays high on your toes. We are going to pick up the front foot. You can point your toes, whatever, tap your heel towards, it's not really going to be navel, but it might. Mine's more like pelvis. And then bring your foot, tap it back down. So lift, plant it back, exhale, inhale, plant. We've got 4, 3, building some strength here, 2, low lunge on 1. Nice. So in this low lunge, take your left knee towards your right heel and lower to your left hip crease and come to the long right side of your mat for seated figure 4. Plant your left foot on the ground, right ankle crossed over the left thigh. Support yourself with your palms facing forward. Just kind of gently walk your torso up towards your shin, stretching so much into those hips. Shoulders are soft from your ears. Core is working tight because it's easy to want to round the shoulder heads forward. Just keep them pulling back. Chest is open, collarbones are wide. Shine your beautiful smiles, flash some teeth. Amazing people. So 1 more cycle of breath. If you have blocks, we're about to use them. So hopefully they're at the top of your mat. All right, when you're ready, we're gonna come back, shift onto your left hip, plant the right foot, swing your arms forward, extend your left leg back. So you've got a one leg or a warrior three variation, but hands on blocks if you have them. If not, soup cans will work too. And extending through that left leg, root it down in your right, soften your right knee, point your left toes, get your leg up about hip height. Make sure your left little toes facing the mat. We're gonna lower down, use the core, the glutes, squeeze up. Tap and squeeze, tap and squeeze. Just 4 more. 3, shoulders soft. 2 more. And last one, hold that extended leg out in line with your hip or maybe a little higher. Take a big breath in. Knee to nose as you exhale, squeeze and round right here standing. Bring your knee a little bit more forward. Find standing figure 4, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Come up to standing. Blocks can shift off a little bit if you're using them. Our standing figure 4, it's kind of really a standing chair shape. So that right knee's bent, hands to heart. And friends, we've built strength. We've warmed up all the things needed for our flying pigeon. Now it's about facing our fears. And even if it doesn't happen, everything you need is already within you. So just believe in yourself and know it's a challenge, right? This is a very challenging shape. So getting ready to move on, our peak pose of the day. Whoops. Okay, say a little prayer. You want to lower down and the hands want to come down under the shoulders to the earth. This toe wrap of your left toes flex on your right upper tricep is huge. Chaturanga arms, so plant those palms shoulder width, hug your elbows back. Your left knee is going to rest on the top of your left tricep as you shift forward. Fingers are spread wide. Look so far forward, work that toe wrap. Maybe lift your right heel up off the ground towards your glute. Keep that toe wrap. Maybe you extend the right leg back. Reach through your heart. Find some breath. When you're ready, bring the knee back, land the toe. Whoo! Rise up just enough to release your left leg, forward fold. Amazing work. Everybody, halfway lift, breathe in. And child's pose, lower down to your knees. Take them wide, big toes to touch. Rest and recover. That is a lot of work. We use a lot of strength. And it is a lot of trust facing our fears. Maybe you rock your forehead gently, creasing across the brow line. One more full cycle of breath. If an open mouth exhale is saving the day for you, let that shine. Whoo, yeah, baby. All right, friends, inhale, press into your palms, tabletop, tuck your toes, exhale, down dog. The grand finale, the back side. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to your nose, squeeze it in, and then cross your left ankle over your right thigh, bend your right knee, figure 4 down dog. Send the hips back as you bend your right knee, heels most likely lifted off the ground. Take some time to breathe here. Avoid letting your torso weight sink into the arms. The point, one of the biggest things with our flying pigeon is having that equal distribution of the body weight. It so wants to dump into the front. We have to stabilize the balance of the upper leg and the torso. About 2 more rounds of breath. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, left foot steps forward to a low lunge. And palms plant on the ground. You're in this nice low lunge shape. Shoulders down your back. Heel to navel. Take a breath in. As you exhale, squeeze and lift it up. Trying to stay in that high plank. And then bring your foot, plant it back down. So tap, plant, squeeze, and plant for 4, 3, 2, 1, low lunge. Whoo, draw your right knee to your left heel, shift to your right hip, shimmy over to the left side of your long side of your mat, left ankle over right thigh for your seated figure 4. Palms are in the ground, fingertips face forward, flexing your left toes, drawing your left knee towards the front here of your mat now. Shoulder heads roll back, lift your heart, long spine. And you can keep inching your way up to a taller seat if that feels helpful or comfortable. Couple more deep breaths. We're almost there. Nice, friends. Take one more round of breath. And as you're ready, shimmy to your right hip bone. Plant the left foot so that your left knee and toes track forward. Plant your hands. Shoot your right leg back. Come into this warrior 3 variation. Bring those blocks under your hands if you have them. Nice. Now point your right toes to the ground. Hug your shoulders down your back. Activate your sweet core. Lift your right foot a little higher. And then inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Left knee is soft. Exhale, lift. Use your glute muscle and the strength of your leg. Bring awareness to that leg floating behind you. The glute muscles as you squeeze up. And notice how far forward you can reach through your heart right here. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold that leg up on 1. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, get round, 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 and then cross your right ankle over your left thigh, drawing the knee even more forward. Flex your toes, rise up to standing. I'm sure you have enough room in front of you for your shape to come. Bend your left knee, send the hips back, reach forward through your heart. If you need any wrist rolls, now's a good time. And then getting ready to move on to our peak pose. Start to bring the palms down, thread them to the earth. You can rest on the lowest setting of blocks here as well if you'd like. Wrap your left toes so strongly around, or your right toes around your left upper arm. Shift forward. Your right shin is resting against your right upper arm. Reach through your heart. Maybe lift the left toes up, heel towards your glute. Keep that wrap strong, friends. Reach through your heart as you possibly extend that back leg back. Have your focal point. Trust yourself. Hold for a breath. Slowly rebend your knee. Plant your foot. Nice work. Lift up enough to release your right leg, forward fold. Whoo! Halfway lift, long spine. And then exhale, tabletop to child's pose. Knees wide. Lengthen your spine long in front of you. And it's like a lesson of learning to let go through our breath, building up to the peak, having that experience, and then growing from it. About 3 more nice filling rounds of breath. Nutritious, giving you what you need, because everything you need is already within you. And on your next inhale, palms press down, lift your torso, shift off to either one of your hips, extending your legs in front of you and lowering slowly to your back. Take your time, cooling the body down now, just finishing off with some juicy lemon. Plant your feet hips width so that you can untuck your pelvis so that your sitting bones reach forward and that natural curvature of your spine is probably pretty closed off right now. That's great. Draw your right knee in towards your chest for a half happy baby. Capture the sole of your foot. Either your arm is on the outer leg or it's through the inner thigh, or you're just grabbing your heel. You can also use a strap around your foot here if you'd like. Option for the left leg to go long. We want to draw the knee towards the rib, shoulders soft into the mat, flex your toes. Left arm might be opening up to the side or on your hip. Just experience this for a moment. Close your eyes, shoulders tucked down your back. And for some extra balance and stability, rather, activate the muscles in your left leg. And it'll turn on and fire up and help anchor you. So you can point your toe or you can flex the foot. I like to point a little bit better, personally. Another round of breath. And then going ahead and grabbing your right knee into your armpit. So both palms interlace around the shin. Just squeeze that knee out and around to the right side, most as you can, opening up the inner thighs, and roll your ankle clockwise and counterclockwise a couple of times each. Take your left palm to your left outer thigh. Take a breath in. And exhale, supine twist, glide your knee to the left side of your mat. Just stack your hips. Keep your right shoulder grounded, maybe opening your right arm up to a T or a cactus arm, possibly placing it on your hip. Left palm can stay on your thigh or open up as well. And looking up or past the right side of your mat. Just listening for any cues from your body. Saying, stay here and melt a little more. Send the breath here. Tuning in. With your next inhale, draw your hips down, both knees under your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And plant your right foot, again with the pelvis nice and neutral. Half happy baby, capturing the left foot or thigh. Knee draws to rib, toes flex. Maybe you elongate your right leg and activate the muscles to anchor you down. Back of head heavy on the mat, shoulders rested in the earth. Soft down from your ears so you have space in your throat, your neck. Allowing really all the chakras to line up here, all the energy, all the prana to flow up and down Sushumna Nadi, the central system, the spinal cord. Just taking another round of breath. Before interlacing both fingers around your left shin and drawing your left knee all the way over towards the armpit. Keeping the right leg active, and then counterclockwise and clockwise rolling this ankle a few times, each direction. Nice, take a big breath in, and on your exhale, glide your left knee to the right, supine twist. You want to stack the hips, but keep the left shoulder grounded, look up or left this time. We want the chest and heart to feel open because the twist is really happening in the ribs, and the shoulders and the head. Another round of breath, friends. And your next inhale pulls you through center. Plant your feet, realign your pelvis, sitting bones, reach for the front of your mat, the bottom of your mat, hug your knees to your chest and find that tight little ball. And the last little squeeze out before we release. So just hug everything in tight, big inhale. And let your exhale soften your body to the mat. Shavasana. Maybe your feet come nice and long and wide. Let your legs open up. So externally rotating outwards, palms to the sky, or bring right hand to your heart, left hand to your abdomen. Whatever feels best. Shoulders tucked down your back. And the lids float closed as you soften your brow and part your teeth. Just take stock as you rest. Take stock of the challenges that you were faced on your mat today. Just giving yourself credit. Credit in all the little ways and in all the big ways and all the ways in between that you face every time you show up on a yoga mat, in your space, in your head, in your body, with the breath work. There's so much going on in one little package. It's just pushing just beyond those comfort zones where we get to grow. The challenging times where we get to learn. Let's take a couple more rounds of breath, maybe deepening, elongating the breath, putting a pause at the top and bottom of the breath. Giving yourself credit. Acknowledging that life is messy. Just being purely stoked on your perseverance to keep showing up in all the ways that you do, on and off your mat. Remain in Shavasana if you want. It's one of the best places to be. If you want to move on, start to find those wiggles in your toes and in your fingers. Gently roll your wrists and ankles. And take that big stretch if you like it. Reach your arms overhead, point your toes long in front of you. Gently making your way to your favorite side if moving on. Biceps a pillow and just rest there for a moment. Take that time before lifting up. And when you are ready, support yourself. Maybe keep your eyes closed or just a hazy gaze towards the floor. And eventually land your sitting bones grounded, chin tucked down towards your chest. And even if you're in Shavasana, if you'd like to join me with hands at heart center. Just take a moment to feel and to be. Feel the energy in between your palms, meeting at the midline, connecting opposing forces, and joining to create one awesome force that is you. Bring my thumbs up to my third eye, the space in between the brow. with a friendly reminder to smile, to breathe, and to go slowly. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Namaste.